Welcome to our special report. Tensions in the Middle East are escalating dramatically, and Israel appears to be gearing up for something much bigger than anyone anticipated. We're not just talking about retaliation for recent ballistic missile strikes from Iran. It seems Israel is planning a comprehensive strike, one that could aim to incapacitate Iran's ability to respond at all. Reports from Israeli media suggest that the targets could include not only missile sites and military installations but also leadership figures, like the supreme leader himself. It's becoming clear that Israel's strategy isn't just about responding to threats, but eliminating the capacity for a second wave of attacks from Iran. The scope of Israel's potential operation looks massive. We're seeing plans that cover military bases, ballistic missile sites, oil infrastructure, and nuclear facilities. This isn't a simple targeted strike. It's an all-out attempt to cripple Iran's ability to retaliate. On the ground, Iran is preparing for what could be a full-scale assault. There are reports of halted flights, heightened military readiness, and expectations that this massive strike could happen tonight or tomorrow. But this is not just about Iran. The battlefield has widened. In Gaza, Israel is advancing into Jabalia, and in southern Lebanon, Israeli forces are facing fierce resistance. The situation along the Lebanese border is extremely tense, with Hezbollah's attacks continuing to target Israeli positions. Today also marks the 51st anniversary of Egypt's victory in the October War. Egypt fought back after losing its land in the 1967 defeat. Despite overwhelming odds, Egypt persevered, engaging in years of resistance and diplomacy until it regained its occupied territories. This struggle and eventual victory hold an important lesson. The right to resist occupation is sacred. Now, back to the ongoing conflict in Lebanon. Israel's ground invasion in the south is proving to be slow and complicated. Several strategic villages, like Iran and Maroun al-Ras, remain fiercely defended by Hezbollah. Israel is finding it difficult to advance in this rugged, mountainous terrain, where Hezbollah has fortified positions. As the war in Lebanon drags on, Israel faces a critical question. How long can they continue without achieving a decisive victory? The terrain is unforgiving, and Hezbollah has proven resilient, continuing to launch missiles despite heavy bombardments. Israel's goal in Lebanon seems clear: to dismantle Hezbollah's military capabilities. But achieving that on the ground has proven much harder than anticipated. The complexity of Hezbollah's tunnel network and missile storage has left Israel struggling to gain the upper hand. Meanwhile, in Iran, reports suggest that Israel's military planners are considering a strike that would prevent Iran from launching any significant counterattack. The focus would be on military and nuclear targets, with the intention of neutralizing Iran's ability to strike back. In Gaza, Israeli forces are now preparing to expand their operations. The key objective appears to be depopulating the northern part of the Strip and pushing the remaining residents into the south. By displacing hundreds of thousands, Israel aims to gain full control of northern Gaza. But the big question remains: how will Israel end these conflicts? As long as civilian populations remain in Gaza and southern Lebanon, the resistance will continue. Just as Egypt never gave up in 1973, the people of Gaza and Lebanon are unlikely to back down. The longer these wars drag on, the more complicated and costly they become. Only time will tell how this dangerous game plays out. Will Israel manage to deliver a decisive blow to Iran, Gaza, or Lebanon? Or are we witnessing the start of a new, prolonged phase of conflict in the Middle East? One thing is clear: there is no simple end in sight. Stay tuned as we continue to follow these developments closely.